Hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Reina Creole, bringing you that spice to sci-fi and pop culture analysis, and of course, keeping it real when it comes to theme parks. And in this video, I'm going to give you my very unfiltered review of the Harmonious fireworks show that premiered over at EPCOT on September 29th. Now, this show was or is, I should say, the replacement for the much beloved Illuminations and took the place of that interim show, Epcot Forever. But before I get into my review of Harmonious, please do your girl a favor and hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 3,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And if you do need the privilege and honor of subscribing to my channel, please do hit that notification bell so you're notified when your girl has hot, fresh, spicy videos and live streams ready for you to enjoy. So with that, let's get on with the video. Now, as I said earlier, Harmonious is the replacement for the Illuminations fireworks show. The Illuminations fireworks show at Epcot, I have extremely fond memories of. Wasn't too happy to see it go. Epcot Forever was kind of the bridge fireworks show between Illuminations while Harmonious was getting ready to be deployed, so to speak. Epcot Forever was okay, kind of like a hodgepodge of IP and flashbacks from Illuminations, but it wasn't horrible. It wasn't horrible. It was just kind of there. And I was just anxious to finally see Harmonious. Not too anxious given the very, very ugly and unsightly barges, aka death tacos, along with the big, huge Stargate sitting in the middle of the lagoon, obstructing the view of some of the lovely pavilions along World Showcase. Aesthetically, it was not very pleasing, but still waiting to see, what kind of show that it was going to put on. So again, I did see this at Epcot on October 29th. I saw it from I keep calling it Future World. I'm going to keep calling it that for a while. The Future World side with the big golf ball behind me. So there's like a boat launch there to go to the World Showcase. So I was kind of to the left of that boat launch to see the show. I got there about an hour ahead of time. Barely managed to snag a semi obstructed view of the show. Now, before I go any further, it was rumored that Bob Chapek was actually where that boat launch was to watch the show. Normally during fireworks, there's hardly any, they rope that off so no one's down there. So apparently Bob Chapek was there to watch the show that night. So he was about, I would say, 100 feet away from me. Interesting. So the show runs about 20 minutes. I felt that the show actually ran about 10 minutes too long, if you ask me. The overall theme of the show, if you ask me what it was, I would basically say the theme of the show is shock and awe from every IP that Disney has in a bright display of light, sight, and sound to basically delight your eyes. The special effects on the Death Taco screens and the Stargate were actually very, very nice. Kind of reminded me of World of Color out in Disney World, but punched up a bit. Very visually pleasing, especially the section for Coco. That was done very, very, very beautifully. I really did like that. The fireworks near the end, I really did like. There were fireworks that were actually shot from the pavilions, like the world pavilions. There were actually fireworks that were going off about, no joke, maybe 50 feet from where I was standing, right there next to the Mexico pavilion. I hadn't seen that before. So that was actually a very, very Very nice touch. Another thing that I liked is when the show was over, they kind of let, the Stargate and the Death Taco keep projecting things and light and sound with music and all that. That was actually a nice touch to see. Although you couldn't really tell if the show was over or if there was more show. It wasn't, you couldn't really tell. But either way, it was still kind of nice to see that, especially if your view was obstructed, people were kind of leaving, so you could move over to a side where you could see, the post show unobstructed. So that was very nice. What I did not like, where should I begin? Um, First off, I did not expect this to be Illuminations, but what I did expect was to have the same kind of emotional reaction to Harmonious that I did with the likes of Illuminations, and to a smaller extent, Epcot Forever. Now, there was not a unifying theme throughout this whole show, except for the fact that there's a bunch of IPs thrown in there, together. Like you have Princess and the Frog, you have Mulan, I mean, Coco actually matched because the Mexico Pavilion was there. Mulan, China Pavilion was there, but it just wasn't a common thread and a common connection. And that's what I mean when I say the emotional part is gone. With Illuminations, they had highlights from like every country, and there was this theme of unity. And at the end of the day, after all day you've been, in Future World, and for the most part have gone over to the World Showcase. That show at the end of the day, Illuminations, just really pulled all of it together. And it was just such a great thing to watch, with the family. The musical score was amazing. The whole show had a unifying theme. Harmonious really, really did not. And here's another thing. Illuminations did not skimp when it came to fireworks. It was insane amount of fireworks. Even Epcot Forever had a good amount of fireworks. You expect to see lots of fireworks and explosions. That's just the thing that Disney was known for, was having just epic fireworks. Harmonious, I swear it seemed that they didn't know where the fireworks was until about 5 minutes before the end of the show. So if you ask me, the last 5 minutes was probably the best part of the whole 20 minutes that was there. There were fireworks coming from the pavilions. There were fireworks being shot from the arms that the death tacos, were stuck to. There were fireworks being shot in the air. Again, the last 5 minutes looked absolutely gorgeous. That last 5 minutes, that's how things should have been for about 15 minutes during the show. I'm really disappointed with Disney Imagineering because they could have done way, way better, and they didn't. So Harmonious seems just half-assed. The music was, eh, okay. Granted, some of these songs were sung like in the native languages, which I don't have a problem with, but there wasn't a unifying theme in that. And you kind of, at the end of the show, you couldn't tell that it was the end of the show. Again, they had the post show with, the Death Taco and Stargate kind of, spitting, light and sound and all that, which was cool. But it's just like, is the show over? Is it not over? Is it over? Is it not over? I don't know. But, hey, it is what it is. But Disney just really went for flash over substance with this, which is unfortunate because the Disney difference that gave you that quality of show really wasn't there with Harmonious. And usually with fireworks, people aren't too eager. Well, they're trying to beat it to the parking lot, but usually people are remarking on just how wonderful it was and how awesome the show was. I didn't hear any of that. People were just like, are we supposed to leave now? Are we supposed to leave now? Okay, let's leave. So everyone pretty much just turned around, and you see, like, the golf ball lit up with the LED lights, which was really nice. They were lit up in rainbow colors and, all of that. So we walked out and people were really focused on that. We're like, wow, that looks really good because it did. Now, here's the reason why I say Harmonious did not have that much of an emotional connection. Okay. So I'm on my way out. We pass, through the golf ball, where the golf ball courtyard is. I believe it's called the Geosphere. I'm an engineer. It's a darn shame I can't remember that. But you start to see this kind of like white LED light go across, go around in a ring, and it captures everyone's attention. And then you start to hear the music, which was absolutely uplifting. And then the lights on the geosphere start to sparkle and change and go in these patterns. And you just hear this uplifting music. And then one of the monorails came by. I believe it was monorail teal. And they actually had matching LED lights under the monorail. The monorail goes by. You see like all of these different light patterns. And then you hear, the narrator speaking, and people were just transfixed and just stunned at just what we were seeing. The geosphere is the symbol of EPCOT, and to see it lit up that way and hear all this music, that was the emotional connection that Harmonious was missing. And it's amazing that they were able to do that with just LED lights sparkled across, a big, huge geosphere and some software to program how the lights would go, and a music score that was short, but actually made you feel something. And when that was over, because I had that video on my channel of, the beacon of light from EPCOT, and you can hear people reacting to that. At the end of that, people were like, this is better than Harmonious. This is what Harmonious should have been. And that tells you how sorely lacking Harmonious is. Uh, it's a shame, but again, LED lights on the symbol of EPCOT, thoughtful music, some great programming. You had something that people had an emotional reaction to. And when I was walking out of the park, that's all people kept talking about, was how cool the geosphere looked and that light show and the monorails going around with the LED lights. And it makes you wonder how much cheaper it was to do that than to do Harmonious. So kudos to the folks responsible for the Beacon of Light show from Imagineering. You guys should get the money that they gave to Harmonious, because frankly, when I go to EPCOT, again, I'm not interested in seeing Harmonious. I just want to see the Beacon of Light show, which I believe happens about every 15 minutes after dusk or something like that. I believe so. Anyway, so my recommendations to you about this show. If you haven't seen it, see it at least once. It's not going to hurt. See it from the side that the golf ball is on, the geosphere is on. I guess it's going to be neighborhoods, but the old school Disney heads know it as Future World. Watch it from the Future World side. From what I hear, the sound isn't as good if you see it from Americana Gardens across the lagoon. So watch it there. If you want a spot to watch it unobstructed, I would say stake out your spot 90 minutes before it starts. Make sure you get your spot, because you really don't want people blocking your view, if at all possible. Check it out. See if you like it. I really wouldn't go out of my way to see it, frankly. But if it's something you want to see and you're there, you know what? Check it out. See what you like it for. See how you like it for yourself. But definitely do not miss the Beacon of Light show that they put on the Geosphere in EPCOT on your way out. Definitely check that out. All right, so that's your girl's unfiltered review about the Harmonious Fireworks show over at EPCOT in Disney World. in commemoration of Disney World's 50th anniversary. Let me know in the comments what you think. Did you see the show? And if you did see it, did you enjoy the show? What is it about the show that you enjoyed? And if you did not enjoy the show, what is it about the show that you did not like? Either way, I'd love to hear from you in the comments, okay? So with that said, that's going to wrap this video up. If you got some enjoyment or some value out of this video, please do give it a thumbs up. And also please do me the privilege of subscribing to my channel. I would be very, very grateful as I'm trying to get to 3,000 subs by the end of the year. So thanks so much for watching this video. Please do feel free to connect with me on Twitter and also on Instagram. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.